Test 1 2, test 1 2.
welcome to Daleville Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics, where the Broncos are taking on the Wapahani Raiders. They're hosting the Wapahani Raiders in an important Eastern Conference game this evening. And before we look at the matchups, I will let you know that Wapahani was victorious in the junior varsity contest. I don't have that score, but I know it was by a fairly significant margin. Wapahani Varsity is coached by Jeff Andrews. He's in his first year. He's got a record of 10-9. The Raiders themselves obviously are 10-9 this year. They're 5-2 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, which is good for fourth place currently. The Raiders have had an up-and-down season. They had a 4-game win streak in early to mid-January before losing to Delta by 2 points in the finals of the Delaware County Tournament, which began a 3-game losing skid. Since then, they've won 3 of 4 and are sitting at 5-2 in the conference, as I mentioned. Wins tonight and this coming Friday against Shenandoah, combined with Monroe Central loss, could give Wapahani a tie for the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship. Our own Daleville Broncos are coached, of course, by Jordan King. The King's in his first year. The Broncos sit at 3-15 currently. They're 2-6 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, which is a tie for 7th place. The Broncos enter tonight's game in the midst of a 6-game losing skid after falling to 2A number 12 Frankton this past Tuesday evening by the score of 78-41. Daleville could play spoiler with a win over Wapahani tonight, which would knock the Raiders out of contention for the conference race. As we look at the series history, over the last 40 years, the Raiders hold a 38-8 record. In the last meeting, Wapahani was victorious by the score of 79-39. That was on February the 21st of 2025. We will take a short break and be back with the starting lineups. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Here are the starting lineups first for the visiting Raiders of Wapahani. Starting at one guard is number 0, Carter Bell. He's a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. At another guard is Leighton Spence. He is a 5'10 senior. He wears number 3. Carter Bell, by the way, wore number 0, wears 0. Spence wears number 3. He averages 4.5 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. At a forward is Caleb Lewis. He is a 6'3 senior. He averages 2.5 points, 2 rebounds per contest. At another guard is senior Eli Andrews. He stands 6'4". He wears number 20. He averages 13.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 5 assists per contest. And rounding out the starting lineup is senior Camden Bell. The veteran 6'1 guard comes in tonight averaging 24.5 points per contest, 5.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per ball game. So the Raiders are going to have to know where Camden Bell, and Eli Andrews are this evening if they want to have much success tonight. Look at the starting lineup for the Broncos. Starting at one guard tonight is Carter King. He is a sophomore, averaging just over 9 points a game and 3 rebounds, 3 assists per contest. King wears number 4. Another guard is Bryson Sigler. He wears number 5. He averages just under 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists per contest. At a third guard is Logan Parker. He is a senior. He wears number 21. He averages 8 points, 4 rebounds per contest. Starting inside is Carson Teig. He's a forward. He wears number 23. He is a junior. He averages just over 11 points per game and 4 rebounds a game, 1 assist per contest. Also starting tonight, Thomas Smith is a junior. He wears number 2. He averages 8 points and 3 rebounds a contest. So again, your starting lineup for tonight for the Broncos is Tig, King, Sigler, Parker, and Smith. We're just about ready for the national anthem as we look across the way and we see the big American flag coming down.
High school for tonight's varsity boys basketball game between the visiting Wapahani Raiders and your hometown Daleville Broncos. Just a reminder that sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of athletics. Our student athletes recognize that judgment calls by coaches, officials, and themselves are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support the students in a positive and sports-like manner. Before the anthem, we would like to observe a moment of silence in remembrance of Fisher's teenager, Haley Busby. All right, thank you. At this time, we will have the national anthem by our Bronco Pep Band. Please rise and remove your caps for the anthem. Now let's meet the visiting Raiders. First for the non-starters. Number 1, Connor Bell. Number 4, Riley Swift. Number 10, DJ Seagraves. Number 14, Hunter Rutherford. Number 30, Ethan Bragg. Number 32, Quentin James. And number 24, Graham Cook. Now for your starters. Number 0, Carter Bell. Number 3, Leighton Spence. Number 12, Caleb Lewis. Number 20, Eli Andrews. And number 22, Camden Bell. The Raiders are coached by Mr. Jeff Andrews. Now get on your feet and clap your hands. First, for the non-starters, number 12, Caleb Aiken. Number 3, Colin Elam. Number 24, Isaac Elam. Number 25, Jet Fox. Number 15, Jeffrey Hamilton. Number 31, Braylon Randolph. Number 1, Brandon Sigler. And number 11, Cole Wagner. Now for your starters. Number 4, Carter King. Number 21, Logan Parker. Number 5, Bryson Ziegler. Number 2, Thomas Winstead Smith. Number 23, Carson Tide. The Broncos are coached by Mr. Jordan King. Tonight's IHSA officials are Mr. Scott West, Mr.
We're just about ready to get things started here. As we said, the starting lineup for Wapahani stepping in and jumping up is Andrews. That is Eli Andrews. I want to call him Isaac. That's his older brother who's playing at Indiana Wesleyan. Also starting for the Raiders is number 3 Spence. Number 22, area's leading scorer, Camden Bell. Jump ball, Thomas Smith is unable to control the tap as the Raiders have it, and Camden Bell has it in the backcourt for Wapahani. Gives it off high right side to Spence. Back to Bell, right wing, working against the Broncos zone defense. Go high post. Back outside to Bell. Bell drives right baseline. Little teardrop shot is up and good. Puts the Raiders on top by a 2-0 count here in the early going. Wapahani lines up in what looks like a 1-3-1, possibly a half-court trap here. It is. Broncos go right side with it to Parker, nearly turn it over. Parker back out on top to King. Now Sigler. Sigler penetrates into the lane, dumps it off left baseline to Tig. Tig back to Sigler, left baseline. Sigler looks, back out on top it goes to Parker. Parker trapped, gives it to King high right baseline to Smith. Smith's three-pointer right wing is off the back iron. No, rebound is cleared off by Andrews of Wapahani. Gets it up quickly to Bell. That is the younger Bell with it. Andrews, now Spence. Near side it comes to Camden Bell. His three-pointer buries it. 5 points here quickly by the area's leading scorer, Camden Bell. Puts the Raiders on top here. Broncos still looking for the first points. Tig with it. Penetrates into lane. Gives it to Sigler, top of the key. Sigler, Oregon gets the top of that 1-3-1 zone defense. Tig with a three-pointer high right side. Rattles around and falls in. Carson Tig with a three brings the Broncos back to within 2 here in the early going. In the front court come with it is Bell. That is Carter Bell, top of the key to Camden Bell. His turnaround shot's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Sigler of Daleville. Sigler tries to go down inside to Parker, but goes out of bounds and looked like it went off a Wapahani player. We'll see what the officials say. Did go off Wapahani, so Broncos will have it on the baseline. Sigler finds Parker, three-pointer right wing, off the iron, no. Rebounds cleared off by Lewis of Wapahani. Bell with it now, comes near side with it to Spence. Now Camden Bell being guarded closely, goes far side with it to Carter Bell. Now Spence with it. Broncos in the zone. Wapahani testing the waters here. They go high post with it. Andrews, his 15-footer straight away is off the back iron. No, rebounds taken off by King of the Broncos. Now Sigler, he lets fly with a 25-footer straight away. Is short, but up with it is Parker after Tig got it and kicked it out to Parker. Now Sigler has it between the circles. He's being guarded closely there by Bell. Driving right side is Tig. He's cut off. Now Smith, right wing, penetrates into the lane, kicks it near side with it to Parker. His three-pointer is good. Logan Parker with a three puts the Broncos on top by a 6-5 count here at the 5:15 mark of the first. Bell to Andrews with it right wing. Carter Bell, Andrews right wing, skips it across far side. That's Spence. He drives right baseline, and he's bumped as he takes his first step. Foul against Daleville. Will give the Raiders the basketball on the baseline. Spence gets it into Andrews. His baseline jump shot, left side's no good. Rebound cleared off by Smith of Daleville. Smith brings it himself. Has it left side. Looks down the baseline to Parker. Parker thinks about the three, but goes back out on top to Smith. Wapahani man-to-man now. King, guarded by Camden Bell, goes right side to Smith. Smith on the wing, gives it off to Sigler, penetrates into the lane, finds an open Thomas Smith under the basket and lays it in. Daleville now with an 8-5 lead here. Spence into the front court now to Carter King. Left wing it goes to Andrews. Andrews working against the Daleville zone. Now King. King's three-pointer straight away is off the back iron, no good. Rebound's tipped out, and up with it is Andrews. He misses a point-blank shot, but there to clean it up is Caleb Lewis, and that makes the score 8-7. Broncos holding on to that 1-point lead. Wapahani in the zone trap again, gets a deflection and a steal. Bell is unable to handle the pass from Spence, I believe it was. Goes out of bounds off of hands, so Broncos will have it. Broncos fortunate there that Wapahani turned it over. Looked like they had an easy one. Wapahani extends the defense. Smith has it now in the middle of the floor, gives it off to Sigler. Now back to Smith. Smith between the circles, now Sigler working against that zone defense of Wapahani, the 1-3-1. Into the lane goes Smith, kicks it out to King. His three-pointer right wing is off the iron. No, rebound's cleared off by Andrews of Wapahani. Gets it up quickly. And they try to go into Lewis, but it goes off his hands. Now the Raiders work the ball around the perimeter. That's Bell to Lewis. Now Andrews has it high right. Now they go top of the key to Lewis and the high post, and he's fouled. Substitution for Wapahani. Entering the lineup now for the first time is Rodifer, number 14, Hunter Rodifer. Sitting down is Lewis. Raiders trigger the ball inbounds to Bell. Camden Bell, his 15-foot baseline jump shot's pure, gives the Raiders a 9-8 lead. Tig with it now, high right side for Daleville, goes the baseline to Parker. He lets fly with a three, it's off the iron, no. Rebounds cleared off by the Raiders. King to Bell, correction, that was Bell to Bell. Connor Bell to Camden Bell. Camden Bell lays it in, makes it an 11-8 Wapahani lead. King with it now for the Broncos, gets it off to Smith and promptly turns it over, but Wapahani turns it right back over, and Sigler has it in the backcourt. Sigler goes to Parker. Parker lets fly with another three, and he buries it. Logan Parker with a three, knocks things up at 11 here at the 2:30 mark of the first quarter. Carter Bell brings the ball into the front court for the Raiders, gives it off to Connor Bell. So we've got three Bells in there now. We've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Wapahani. So we will take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. So things are all even here at Daleville High School. 11-11 your score is Raider basketball after the timeout. Raiders going with Andrews and Camden Bell, also Carter Bell and Connor Bell, as well as Hunter Rodifer. That's your lineup for Wapahani. Broncos still going with their starting lineup. Camden Bell gives near side. And there's a lob to Andrews looking for the dunk there, but he's unable to handle it. Unfortunately, Wapahani does clear the rebound. Bell, there's Camden Bell, three-pointer, left side, buries it, puts Wapahani up by a 14-11 count. Sigler with it in the backcourt, working gets pressure. King, now Tig, now Smith. Smith left side, has it deflected and out of bounds. Broncos, nope, they say it was last off Smith. Nope, Broncos will keep it. Did go off Wapahani, so it'll be Sigler to trigger the ball inbounds on the near side. Sigler to King. King high left. Dribble centers. Sigler now. Broncos into a bit of a weave. Parker, he penetrates. Now Tig with it. Tig to Smith. His 17-footer straight away. No good short. Looked like he was bumped. Broncos do get the rebound. Sigler drives the lane, and we've got a whistle and a blocking foul on Sigler's drive. Will allow the Broncos to retain possession. That foul goes against Hunter Rodifer. That's his first. Apparently they say he was in the act of shooting, so Sigler will shoot a pair. First one's up and good. Bryson's second free throw bounces in the air, comes down, falls through, and that makes it a 14-13 Wapahani lead. Bell goes high post with it to Lewis. Bell top. That is Carter Bell. He penetrates. 16-footer straight away is good. Carter Bell with the basket puts Wapahani back up on top by 3 here as we're under a minute to play. Parker takes the ball to the glass and scores as the Broncos beat the Raiders down the floor. Pulls Daleville back to within 1. Camden Bell with it now for Wapahani high right. Now they work the ball around the perimeter. That's Carter Bell with it. Carter goes to Andrews. 40 seconds to play. Bell penetrates. Nearly loses it, but gets it off to Andrews with it right wing. Being pressured, gets it to Camden Bell. Now the Raiders work the ball around the perimeter. Camden Bell with it. Comes near side with it to Carter Bell. Nearly turns it over. Ball's loose, picked up by Connor Bell. And then they give it off to Isaac Andrews high left. We're down under 20 seconds to go now in the first. Andrews shouts directions. Working against the Broncos zone. He drives it right, skips it across to Camden Bell. His three-pointer left baseline, buries it, and that puts the Raiders up by a 19-15 count as the horn sounds to end the first quarter of play. Again, 19-15 your score. Will be back with second quarter action. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletic. 19-15 your score. Things were knotted up at 11 apiece at the 2:20 mark of the first quarter, which prompted Wapahani to call a timeout. Since that time, they've outscored the Broncos 8-4 to give you that 4-point lead here at the end of the quarter. Tige will trigger the ball in bounds and throws it promptly into the hands of Camden Bell of Wapahani. Bell behind the back dribble into the lane, puts the ball up off the glass, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Tige. Tige gets it off to King. King into the front court for the Broncos. He circles back and has it deflected and stolen away by Wapahani. And finally up with it is Andrews of the Raiders. He gives it off now to Bell. Back to Andrews, left wing. That is Carter Bell. His three-pointer from 25 feet away is no good, but the rebound's cleared off by Lewis. Gives it off to Andrews, left wing. Andrews uses a high ball screen, gives it off to Bell. Near side, that's Camden Bell with it. Camden goes high left to Lewis. Now that is Carter Bell on the dribble. Picks it up, gives it off to Lewis high left. Now Camden Bell left wing, drives left baseline. Leaves his feet, kicks it off into the corner to Andrews. Andrews three-pointer right baseline's no good. Rebound spot for cleared off by Sigler of Daleville. Bryson Sigler now into the front court. Broncos are going to cut into this 4-point lead. Sigler to Smith. Long three-pointer straight away off the iron. No. Rebound is cleared off by Andrews. Andrews into the front court. Near side it comes to Bell. Bell's three-pointer right wing is no good. That was Connor Bell. Ball's loose and fought for. Picked up by Wapahani. Lewis gives it off to Bell. There's a three-pointer. That is good. This time it's Carter Bell with a three. Puts the Raiders up on top by 7. Sigler in the backcourt being guarded by Bell. More than half the players on the court for Wapahani's name is Bell. We go baseline with it to Tige. Tige now to Parker. Parker drives it left, kicks it off to Smith. His three-pointer left baseline's good. Thomas Smith with the three pulls Daleville back to within 4 here as we're under 6 minutes to play in the second. Raiders have it in the front court. Andrews with it left wing. Andrews. Near side it comes to Bell. Bell, that's Carter Bell to Andrews left wing. Working against the Broncos zone. Andrews three-pointer, left wing. Off the iron, too strong, but Raiders clear the rebound. Camden Bell with it, gives it off to Carter. Carter goes high post to Lewis. Now left wing, it's Camden Bell. Carter Bell, top of the key. Camden drives it into the paint, gives it off to Andrews. His three-pointer left baseline's too strong. Rebound's cleared off by Smith of Daleville. Gives it off to Sigler. Now up quickly to Tig. Tig, left wing. Let's fly with a three. Good. Carson. Tig with a three. Pulls Daleville back to within one. And with that, the Raiders take another timeout. So we'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. (22-21) your score. Wapahani leads it by 3. The Broncos have cut what was once a 7-point deficit back down to 1. It'll be Wapahani basketball. The Raiders going with 3 Bell brothers. I'm assuming they're brothers. As well as Andrews. And back into the lineup is Spence. Spence with it left wing. Again, working against the Broncos zone. Comes top of the key to Carter Bell. Near side it comes to Connor Bell. He goes left wing to Camden. Camden Bell with it. They work the ball around the perimeter. Carter penetrates in the lane, kicks it back out to Connor. Back to Carter. Top of the key it goes to Andrews. Andrews near side with it. They work the ball around the perimeter. That is Carter Bell, penetrates into the lane, kicks it out to Andrews, goes baseline with it to Spence. Spence penetrates but kicks it back out to Andrews, who drives right baseline. He's cut off. And now that is Carter Bell. Spence lets fly with a three-pointer left wing. Is off the front iron, no good. Rebound cleared off by King of Daleville. Carter brings it into the front court. Now Tig with it. Carson goes baseline with it to King. Now that's Braden Sigler into the lineup for the Broncos. Near side it comes to Tig. Tig to Parker high left. Parker crosses over. Gives it to Tig, penetrates, goes baseline with it. That is Hamilton in the lineup for the first time tonight for Daleville. Now that's Braden Sigler. Sigler, high right, penetrates, goes baseline to Hamilton. Hamilton to Parker. Now King directs traffic between the circles. 3:35 to go here, second quarter. Tig penetrates into the lane, kicks it out to Hamilton, thinks about the three. Now Tig again, King, Broncos unable to penetrate the defense, but finally Carter King lets fly with a three over that defense and pulls Daleville back to within 2, 24-22. Correction, Daleville. That three put Daleville on top as they were down by only 1. Turnover, or shot is no good by Andrews, and up quickly with it for the Broncos is Braden Sigler. Gives it off to Tig, but he loses it. Turnover, and Camden Bell takes the ball to the glass and puts it up no good, but he's fouled, so Camden Bell will go to the line to shoot a pair for Wapahani. Broncos with a 24-22 lead after that three-pointer by King. And the foul was called against Daleville. It'll be Raider basketball on the end line. They get the ball in bounds to Andrews. Andrews high right now with it to Carter Bell, Camden Bell, Spence, left wing for Wapahani. Baseline it goes to Andrews, who drives the baseline. He's cut off. They kick the ball back out on top. Near side it comes to Carter Bell, who drives it, goes baseline to Connor Bell. Three-pointer, too strong. Rebound's put off by Parker, but he's loose and fought for on the floor. We got a whistle and a 30-second timeout called by Daleville in order to maintain possession. And with that, we'll take a short break. Daleville have the ball out of bounds with the lead here at the 2:30 mark in the second quarter. Wapahani picking up a full court pressure. Bryson Sigler with it being guarded closely by Bell, gets it up in the front court to Hamilton, being guarded by Spence. Logan goes inside to Hamilton, wide open, cutting to the basket is Jeffrey Hamilton, who scores it, puts Daleville on top by 4, 26-22. Spence into the front court for the Raiders. Skips it across to Bell. That's Camden Bell driving the baseline. Gets it out top the key to Andrews. Now Camden Bell, long three-pointer left wing off the front iron node. Rebounds cut off by Tide. Gets it up to Parker. Parker into the lane. Puts up a runner off the glass. No good. Rebounds knocked away. Finally picked up by Bell. But saves it inbounds to Daleville. And there's a three-pointer by Braden Sigler, puts Daleville now on top by 7, 29-22, as we're nearing the minute 30 mark here of the second quarter. Carter Bell with it straight away, gives it off to Connor Bell. Now the top of the key, baseline it goes now to Spence. Spence with the right baseline. Correction, it was Spence. Bell with it. Now Camden Bell, left wing. Camden Bell, let's fly with a long three-pointer off the iron. No. Wapahani's willing to sell for three-pointers, but they do get their own rebound. Camden Bell again drives the baseline into the lane, kicks it out on top. There's a three-pointer, is up and good by Carter Bell. Pulls Wapahani back to within 4. We're under a minute to play here in the half. Sigler into the front court, goes high right with it to Parker. Parker being guarded by Camden Bell, penetrates in the lane, goes right baseline to Tig, finds an open Sigler in the lane, but he mishandles the pass, turnover, gives the ball over to Wapahani. Up quickly as Spence nearly loses it out of bounds, saves it to Bell, down the baseline to Spence, out on top. There is Carter Bell's three-pointers up and good. Carter Bell for Wapahani knocks down the three. Pulls the Raiders back to within 1 as we've got substitutions. And a foul call. So it's going to be Bronco basketball. Looked like the official signaled a foul to the scorer's table. Have not got word on who that's on yet, however. Broncos get the ball inbounds to King. Working against pressure from Bell. That's Camden Bell. Dogging King. Comes near side with it to Sigler. Sigler between the circles now. Gives it off to Parker. 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. King, 8 seconds. Sigler with it. Uses the ball screen from Tig. He drives it. Puts up a runner. It's up, no good, but he's fouled as Bryson Sigler draws the foul. He'll go to the line with the opportunity to extend the Bronco lead here with 1.9 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sigler's first free throw's up and good. Bryson Sigler readies his second free throw, knocks it down. No, it doesn't go in and out. Rebound's cleared off by Connor Bell of Wapahani. That's going to do it for the first half of play. Broncos lead it here after 2 quarters, 30-28. And we will take an extended break and be back then with some halftime numbers. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. We're back here at Daleville High School, where the Daleville Broncos hold a 30-28 lead over the visiting Wapahani Raiders, largely due by some timely three-point shooting by the Broncos there in the second quarter. If my memory serves, at least I think 4 players hit three-pointers in the first half, possibly even all in the second quarter. We look at the score by quarters. The score was tied at 11 all with 2:20 to go in the first quarter, which prompted Wapahani to call a timeout, and they outscored Daleville 8-4 the rest of the way in the second quarter to take a 19-15 lead at the end of one. But then in the second quarter, as I mentioned, three-point shooting by the Broncos allowed them to score 15 points in that quarter while holding Wapahani to only 9, and that has given us the 30-28 halftime score. Again, Broncos on top by 2. We'll take another break and hopefully be back with some halftime scoring totals. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Looking at your halftime scoring numbers. First for Wapahani, Carter Bell had 3 3-point field goals, 1 2-point field goal for 11 points. Caleb Lewis had 1 one two-point field goal for 2 points. Camden Bell had 3 3-point field goals and 3 2-point field goals for 15 points in all coming in the first quarter. Was unable to score there in the second quarter, which is partly the reason why the Broncos were able to surge ahead. And that is all your scoring for Wapahani. Only 2 players scoring, and conspicuous in his absence from the scoring column is Eli Andrews, averaging nearly 14 points a game, and he has 0 points in the first half for Wapahani. Again, Carter Bell with 11 points and Camden Bell with 15. For the Broncos, Carter King had a 3-pointer for 3 points. Bryson Sigler was 3 for 4 from the line for 3 points. Thomas Smith had 1 2-point field goal, 1 3-point field goal for 5 points. Logan Parker, 2 3-point field goals and a 2-point field goal for 8 points. Carson Teig, 1 3-point field goal in each of the first and second quarters for 6 points. Jeffrey Hamilton had a 2-point field goal for 2. And Bryson Sigler off the bench had 1 3-point field goal for 3 points. So again, the Broncos were led by the 8 points of Logan Parker and the 6 points from Carson Teig. We'll take another extended break and then be back with third quarter action. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Both teams re-entering the floor here as we get ready to start the second half of play. Wapahani going back with Spence. Carter Bell. Eli Andrews. Caleb Lewis. And Camden Bell. In the front court now is Carter Bell for Wapahani. Goes high right to Andrews. Still working against Bronco 2-3 zone defense. Andrews has it high right. Near side it comes to Spence. Down the baseline goes to Camden Bell. High right side now to Carter Bell. Now Andrews with it. Andrews lets fly with a three-pointer left wing. In and out, no good. Andrews still trying to crack the scoring column here as we're already in the second half of the play. Carter King with it high right side for the Broncos. Goes high left with it to Smith. Smith spins into the lane. Kicks it back out high left side to King. King working against Camden Bell. Near side it comes to Bryson Sigler. Tig now has it high left, being guarded by Andrews. Tig penetrates into the lane, loses it, and we're going to whistle. Wow, we're going to get a foul. Worried there they might call Carson for a travel, but they say he was bumped. So Broncos will retain possession. First foul of the half goes against Andrews of Wapahani. Tig with it, top of the key, penetrates. Now Smith into the lane, thinks about it, gives it off to Logan Parker. Parker to Smith, three-pointer up and good. Thomas Smith with the three extends the Bronco lead to 5. High right side it goes to Spence for Wapahani as they're into the front court now. Bell to Spence, now Camden Bell. Bell has it, goes down the baseline with it. Lewis kicks it back out on top to Spence, thinks about the three, gives it off now. That's Carter Bell, his three-pointer, no good. Loose, fought for. Broncos save it back, but it comes into Spence now. Camden Bell. Spence now between the circles. Goes right baseline to Bell. Three-pointer. Good. Camden Bell with a three. Trims the Bronco lead to 2. Sigler in the backcourt being guarded closely by Carter Bell. Sigler into the lane. Dumps it off. Has it knocked away, stolen away. Camden Bell into the front court. He's looking, goes baseline with it there to Spence. Spence drives. Near side it comes to Carter Bell. Bell trapped on the near side and finally gets it on top to Andrews, top of the key. They come back out to Carter Bell, being guarded by Sigler. Andrews drives it right, backs it out, crosses over. 15-foot elbow jump shot, no good. Rebounds loose, fought for. Finally cleared off by Camden Bell. Three-pointer straight away. Off the back iron, no. Andrews with the rebound. Camden Bell back to Andrews. Thinks about a three. Comes to Carter Bell near side. Andrews high right. Carter Bell near side to Spence. Spence top of the key now to Bell. Near side Camden Bell goes high post with it in the paint. And Andrews can't find a shot. Gets it back out on top. Camden Bell lets fly with a three-pointer left wing. It's pure once again. That puts Wapahani back up on top by 1. We're under 5 minutes to play here in the third. Smith crosses over into the lane for Daleville. Takes it all the way to the glass. Puts it up. Won't go. Rebound's cleared off by Carter King. King into the front court. Correction, that's Bell, I should say, for Wapahani. Inside it goes to Lewis, who scores it. And with that, the Broncos take a timeout. So we'll take a short break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. 30-28 was your score at halftime. Since that time, Wapahani has spurted, outscoring Daleville 8-3 to take a 36-33 lead here as we're under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bronco basketball, Smith with it left wing. He penetrates into the lane, gives it off to Tig. Tig into the lane, takes it all the way to the glass, scoops it up and will not fall. Rebound's cleared off by Wapahani. Carter Bell into the front court, goes baseline with it. They work the ball around the perimeter. Near side it comes to Andrews. Andrews, top of the key to Bell. Andrews with it left wing. Bell to Bell. Carter Bell, long three-pointer straight away, in and out, no good. Rebound's cleared off, however, by Andrews. Top of the key it goes to Bell. Andrews, three-pointer short. Rebound's cleared off, though, by Carter Bell. Camden Bell penetrates into the lane, finds an open Lewis, who lays it in, putting Wapahani up now by 5 as we're under 4 minutes to go in the third. Smith in the front court for Daleville. Goes inside to Braden Sigler, who puts up a shot in the lane's no good. Blocked, but he's fouled. So Braden Sigler goes to the line to shoot a pair for the Broncos, hoping to pull Daleville back to within 3. And we got a whistle and a foul against Wapahani, as we said, and there's also a technical foul against Coach Andrews of Wapahani. So Broncos now will have the opportunity to cut back into this 5-point lead significantly if they can knock down free throws and possibly convert on their offensive possession. Referees confer in the middle of the floor. Third referee is going to give the basketball to Braden Sigler. First free throw by Sigler is short off the front iron. He'll have another. Second free throw is good. Makes it 38-34. And it looks like they're going to let Braden stay up there to shoot the technical free throws. Substitution. Hamilton re-enters the lineup for Daleville as Parker sits down. First technical free throw, apparently, yep, he's going to get a second. First technical free throw was good. Second technical free throw is also good, so Braden Sigler knocks down 3 of 4. That pulls Daleville back to within 2, and they, of course, will have possession. King in the backcourt with it for the Broncos, being guarded by Camden Bell. King being hot, and we've got a whistle, and it was knocked away, and they say last touch by King, turnover, gives the ball back over to Wapahani. So Broncos missed an opportunity there. They trail it by 2 with 3:25 to go here in the third. Carter Bell to Camden Bell. Near side it comes to Andrews. Andrews looks, they work the ball around the perimeter. Camden Bell with it to Carter. High post, it goes there to Andrews. Andrews turns, faces, kicks it back to Camden Bell. Three-pointer, long three-pointer off the front iron. No, rebound's cleared off by Smith of Daleville. He's guarded in the backcourt, gives it off to Braden Sigler. And we're going to get a bump in the backcourt as Camden Bell fouls Braden Sigler about 75 feet from the basket. So Broncos will have it out of bounds. They'll still have to go the length of the court. Wapahani picks up in what appears to be man-to-man full court pressure. Sigler in the backcourt being guarded by Carter Bell. Sigler crosses the timeline, drives right baseline, out of bounds, loses it. Turnover again, second turnover by Daleville here in the last 30 seconds or so. Gives the ball back over to Wapahani. Wapahani leading by 2. Near side it comes to Camden Bell. He steps back, three-pointer, good. Camden Bell with another 3 puts Wapahani on top now by 5. King in the backcourt gets it across to Tig. Tig drives the lane, puts up a shot, partially blocked. And out of bounds, last touch by Wapahani. So Broncos will have it on the baseline. Hamilton sits down. Bryson Sigler re-enters. Sigler looks. Comes near side with it to Braden Sigler. Thinks about the three. Gives it off to Smith. 2:15 to go here in the third. Smith drives it right. Shot in the lane is up and good. Thomas Smith with the bucket. Pulls Daleville back to within 3. Near side, it comes to Andrews. Drives right baseline, puts up the shot, and finally gets it to fall. Andrews with the basket. That's his first 2 of the game. Puts Wapahani back up on top now by 5. Sigler into the front court. Near side, it comes to Tighe, being guarded by Andrews. High left side to Smith. Now left wing, it goes to Braden Sigler. Now Smith. Back to Braden Sigler. Minute 30 to go in the third. Sigler penetrates. Kicks it off to Smith, or Tighe, I should say. His short jump shot's good. Carson Tighe with a basket pulls Daleville back to within 3 here with a minute 20 to go in the third. Into the front court to Connor Bell. Now Camden Bell goes baseline. They try to go to Lewis, but he can't handle it. Loose ball's picked up by Sigler of Daleville. That's Bryson Sigler. Penetrates, goes baseline to Tighe. Now Smith, three-pointer. Off the iron, no. Rebound's cleared off by Andrews. Andrews into the front court. Drives it into the lane. Behind the back dribble. 12-foot jumpers up and good. Eli Andrews with a bucket pulls Wapahani, or puts Wapahani back on top by 5 here with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bryson Sigler with it. Now to Carter King. King, high left now to Tighe. Tighe behind the back dribble into the lane, puts up a runner off the glass and good. Carson Tighe with a bucket pulls Daleville back to within 3 here as we're under 30 seconds to go in the third. High right it goes. Camden Bell to Bell to Bell. That is Connor Bell. 17 seconds to go. Connor holding the ball near side to Carter Bell. Carter penetrates, high post to Andrews. Andrews goes down inside to Lewis. His turnaround shot in the lane's up and good. Good ball movement there by Wapahani. 2 seconds, and there's a long three-pointer by Bryson Sigler is no good, and that's going to do it for 3 quarters of play. Wapahani leads Daleville by a score of 47-42. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Wapahani outscores Daleville 19-12 there in the third quarter to take the 5-point lead, 47-42. It's Bronco basketball now on the near side as Braden Sigler triggers the ball inbounds to Carter King. Now Tighe with it high right for Daleville. Crossover dribble. Gives it to Bryson Sigler. Now King with it high right. Goes high left with it to Tighe. Tighe 17-footer straight away is good. Carson Tighe with a big bucket there pulls Daleville back to within 3. Broncos still in a 2-3 zone defense. It's befuddled Wapahani here for most of the ball game. High right, it goes to Camden Bell. Now that is Connor Bell to Carter Bell, near side. Near side, it comes to Spence, down the baseline to Andrews, back to Spence. Top of the key, Spence near side, goes on the baseline to Andrews. Andrews looks, backs it out, drives left baseline. And reverse layup by Andrews is up and good. Andrews after being shut out in the first half, has picked up 7 points here in the third and early fourth quarter. Sigler with it for Daleville. Into the lane, fall away jump shots up and good, and he's fouled. Bryson Sigler with a bucket in the lane draws the foul, pulls Daleville back to within 3 and an opportunity to cut it to 2 here with 6:57 to go in the ball game. Sigler's free throw off the back iron, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Andrews of Wapahani. Into the front court comes Eli Andrews, directing traffic near side. It comes to Carter Bell. To Spence, now Camden Bell right wing, now Spence near side to Carter Bell, three-pointer left wing, off the front iron, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Smith, but he has it knocked away from him. He's knocked down, and no foul call, but it'll be Bronco basketball. And Wapahani picking up the full court man pressure. Smith gets the ball inbounds to King, nearly stripped away, but King into the front court being guarded by Bell. Back out on top to Smith, his three-pointer, good. Thomas Smith with a 3 at the 6:30 mark, pulls Daleville even at 49. Left wing it comes to Spence, high post to Bell, well on the baseline to Andrews. Andrews drives left baseline, whistle and bump. Little ticky-tack call there against Sigler. Will give Wapahani the ball out of bounds on the baseline. Spence will trigger it in. They go inside to Andrews, under the basket, turnaround shot off the glass is up and good. Broncos let Wapahani catch in the paint there on the inbounds play. Made things too easy. Sigler with it high right. Broncos trail it by 2 here as we're under 6 to go. Tighe penetrates into the lane, kicks it back out to Smith. Smith left side, drives right baseline, kicks it out to Tighe. Tighe into the lane, all the way to the glass, off the glass, won't go. Rebounds cleared off by Bell. Bell behind the back dribble is going to take it away, dumps it off inside to Bell. That is Carter Bell who lays it in off the assist from Camden. Into the front court now is Sigler for Daleville, puts it off the glass and good. Pulls Daleville back to within 2 with 5:25 to go in the ball game. Connor Bell into the front court with it. Now right wing, it goes to Spence. Down on the baseline to Andrews. His three-pointer right baseline will not go. Rebounds cleared off by Braden Sigler. Gives it off to Bryson. Now King into the front court. Goes left baseline with it to Tighe. He drives left baseline. Kicks it out near side. Braden Sigler's 3 will not go. Rebounds cleared off by Bell of Daleville. Near side to Andrews. Back to Bell. Near side, Andrews. Bell between the circles, goes high right to Connor Bell, right baseline to Camden Bell. He drives the left baseline, spin into the lane, kicks it left baseline to Andrews, drives the left baseline, puts it up, has it partially blocked. Oh, get a foul call against, I believe that's going to go against Tighe, I think. And much to the dismay of the Bronco faithful, and that sends Eli Andrews to the line to shoot a pair to build on the 2-point Wapahani lead. 4:44 to go in the ballgame. Eli Andrews with it. Free throws up, rattles around, falls in. Substitution, Logan Parker re-enters for Thomas Smith for Daleville. So Broncos go with both Siglers, King, Parker, and Tighe. Second free throw by Andrews, rattles around and falls in. Makes it a 5-point lead. We got a timeout. I believe it was Daleville called the full timeout. So we'll take a break here. Broncos trail it by 5. 4:44 to go in the ball game. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Bronco basketball. They trail it by 4. Wapahani picks up a full court man pressure. Sigler gets it into Sigler. Bryson with it, working against pressure from Carter Bell, I should say. Sigler now into the front court, drives it right, backs it out, goes down inside to Parker. Parker in the lane, kicks it back out to Sigler. Sigler to Tig. Now King has it knocked away in the backcourt. Loose, finally picked up by Camden Bell, takes it all the way to the glass, scores it. Wapahani now up by 6. Sigler, high right side, penetrates, step back, three-pointer, in and out, won't go. Rebound's cleared off by Camden Bell. Bell into the lane, crossover dribble, off the glass, flips it up, won't go. Rebound is cleared off by Wapahani, gives it back out to Bell. Now three-pointer is good. Eli Andrews with a big 3 puts Wapahani now up by 9 here at the 3:48 mark of the fourth. We got a whistle and a foul. I believe they're getting apparently an offensive foul against Bryson Sigler, if I'm not mistaken. Gives the ball back over to Wapahani. High right side with it is Connor Bell, but there's a steal by Bryson Sigler, lays it up off the glass and scores it. Pulls Daleville back to within 7 here at the 3:30 mark. Bell with it high right side for Wapahani. That is Connor Bell. Being guarded by King. Goes high post with it to Andrews. Andrews, right wing goes to Camden Bell. Camden Bell dribble centers, comes near side with it to Carter. Now Camden. Now Carter Bell. Left wing comes to Spence. Spence. Carter Bell. Being pressured, gonna get another foul against Sigler. 2:57 to go in the ball game. Wapahani basketball, near side, Spencer triggered in. Camden Bell now with it high left. Wapahani leads it by 7. Near side it comes to Spence. Down the baseline it comes to Andrews. Spence. Camden Bell. Wapahani in no hurry. 2:40 to go here in the ball game. Bell backs it out. Camden penetrates. Left baseline to Spence. Back out to Bell. Wapahani's certainly going to work some clock, although Bell spins into the lane and puts up a shot and loses it. They're going to get a foul. Didn't really see that, but they're apparently a reach in there by Daleville, and it goes against Thomas Smith. Camden Bell will go to the line to shoot 2. Bell's first free throws, nothing but the bottom of the net. Carter King sits down. Braden Sigler re-enters. Bell's second free throw rattles around and falls in. Puts Wapahani back up on top by 9. We're under 2:30 to go in the ball game. Bryson Sigler with it now. High right. Gives it off to Tig. Tig crosses over, gives it back out to Bryson. Bryson penetrates into the lane, spins, puts a runner up, no good, but he draws the foul. So Broncos with the opportunity to score points with the clock stop. 2:09 to go in the ball game. Trailing it by 9. Bryson's first free throw is too hard off the back iron, will not go. Sigler's second free throw, this one's good. Makes it a 62-54 ball game. Broncos take a full timeout, so we'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. 2:09 to go in the ball game. 62-54 your score. Wapahani leads it. Broncos picking up in 2-2-1 zone pressure. Andrews with it in the backcourt. Drives it. Goes up in the front court with it now to Carter King. Andrews near side to, or correction, Carter Bell, I should say. Camden Bell with it. Penetrates in the lane, goes baseline to Andrews. Wapahani going to milk clock for sure. Bell near side to Andrews. Minute 40 to go in the ball game. Bell, and he's fouled by Sigler. So Camden Bell will go to the line to shoot a pair. And Wapahani probably be shooting a lot of free throws here in the next minute or so. Camden Bell's first free throw's up and good. Bell racking up the points. I think he had, if I recall correctly, had 15 and a half, and he's not slowed down. Second free throw also good. Makes it a 10-point Raider lead. Minute 37 to go. Working against full court pressure. Broncos get it inbounds to Tige. Tige still in the backcourt. Brings it up himself, working against Andrews. In the front court now with it to Smith. Smith on the dribble. Penetrates it. Right side. Into the lane. All the way to the glass. Puts up a scoop shot. Scores it. Thomas Smith with a basket. Pulls Daleville back to within 8. Minute 15 to go. Broncos with full court pressure. They trap Andrews in the backcourt. Still in the dribble. Looks. Gets it up. We got a whistle and a timeout is called by Wapahani. It'd be a full timeout. 64-56 your score. Wapahani with a full timeout. We'll take a break. This is Bronco basketball and Daleville Athletics. Raider basketball on the near side. They lead it by 8. In the front court it comes to Bell. Bell kicks it out on top to Andrews. Andrews, he's fouled by Braden Sigler. Wapahani in the bonus. Andrews will shoot 2. First one's up and good. Second free throw, also good. 10-point lead for the Raiders here as we're under a minute to play. King in the front court to Smith. Smith is fouled by Spence in the backcourt. And just the third foul of the quarter against Wapahani, so Broncos will have it on the near side. In the backcourt it comes to King. Broncos going to have to hurry and get some shots up quick, probably some deep ones if they want to cut back into this. Sigler with it on left baseline, kicks it out to Tige. Tige's three-pointer left wing is good. Carson Tige with a 3 trims the Raider lead back down to 7 here with 40 seconds to play. Broncos take a timeout. Wapahani with the 7-point lead here. 40 seconds to go. Raider basketball. They get the ball in bounds to Camden Bell. Bell in the backcourt being guarded by Parker. He's pressured, drives it into the lane, puts up a runner off the glass, won't go, but he's fouled. So Bell will shoot 2. 6 seconds came off the clock. Bell's first free throw is good. Camden Bell. Second free throw, also good. Makes it a 9-point Raider lead. Broncos get the ball and bounce to Sigler. Sigler quickly into the front court. Gives it off to Smith. Smith hands it off to Tig. Tig's going to take it into the lane. Put up a shot in the lane. Up and good. Carson Tig with another bucket. Pulls Daleville back to within 7. Bell into the front court. Spence with it. 12 seconds to go. Bell now high left, and he's fouled by Smith. So Camden Bell to the line once again with just 9.2 seconds to go. He'll look to add to the 7-point Raider lead. First free throws, rattles around and falls in. Second one also good. Makes it a 9-point Raider lead. Sigler picks it up at midcourt, penetrates, goes baseline to King. His three-pointer is too strong. Rebound's cleared off by Bell. That is Connor Bell, and that is going to do it. Your final score here at Daleville High School in this Mid-Eastern Conference contest, 70 for Wapahani, 61 for Daleville. That's your final score. We will be back with some final numbers here from Daleville. You're listening to Bronco Basketball, Daleville Athletics. (70-61) is your final score. The Wapahani Raiders come into Daleville High School and take a Mid-Eastern Conference victory this evening. If we look at the score by quarters, Wapahani jumped out to a 19-15 lead at the end of the first quarter. Then Daleville outscored Wapahani 15-9 in the second quarter of play to take a 30-28 halftime lead. So the Broncos led it at half by 2. Then in the third quarter, Wapahani outscored Daleville 19-12 to make it 47-42 at the end of 3 quarters of play. And then in the final quarter of play, Wapahani put up 21 points to Daleville's 19 to give you your final score of 70-61, with the Raiders being victorious. We'll take another break and hopefully have some individual numbers for you. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Here are your final individuals numbers. First for the victorious Wapahani Raiders. Carter Bell had 11 points in the first half with just 2 more in the second to give you 13 points. Caleb Lewis had 4 2-point field goals for 8 points. Eli Andrews did not score in the first half, but came alive in the second half to score 15 points for Wapahani. He had a 3. He had 4 twos and was 4 for 4 from the line. So all of Eli Andrews' points for Wapahani came in the second half. Of course, Camden Bell, leading scorer for Wapahani, averaging 25 or 24 and a half points a game, topped that tonight as he had 15 in the first half, and he had 3 more threes, a 2 for 11 more in the second half from the field, plus he was 8 for 8 from the line to finish tonight with 34 big points for the Wapahani Raiders. But something that may be telling for Wapahani as we head near tournament play, they got a couple big Raider season games left. They go to Shenandoah for a big conference game, and also to Yorktown for a big inter-county matchup. And the Raiders with only 4 people to crack the scoring column. 34 by Bell, 15 by Andrews, 13 from Carter Bell. Camden Bell 34, Carter Bell 13, Eli Andrews with 15, and Caleb Lewis with 8 is your scoring for Wapahani. For Daleville tonight, Carter King with just the 1 3-pointer in the first half for 3 points. Bryson Sigler had 3 2-point field goals and was 3 for 6 from the line for 9 points. Thomas Smith with some big buckets there in the second half to keep the Broncos close. Had 2 3-point field goals along with 2 2-point field goals. He wound up with a total of 15 points tonight. So solid outing from Thomas Smith. 8 points from Logan Parker, all of those coming in the first half. Carson Teig, another player with some key buckets in the second half to keep the Broncos close. He had 6 points in the first half and 11 in the second half to wind up with 17 points. So he was the leading scorer for Daleville tonight. And off the bench, Jeffrey Hamilton had a 2-point field goal for 2 points, and Braden Sigler had 1 3-point field goal and was also 3 for 4 from the line for 6 points tonight. So again, Broncos were led by the 17 points from Carson Teig and the 15 points from Thomas Smith. The victory tonight for Wapahani runs their overall record to 11-9. They go 6-2 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Again, they do have an outside shot at sharing the conference title if things fall well. Broncos, with the loss tonight, they drop to 3-16 overall. They are 2-7 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. So we look ahead for Daleville. They are at Alexandria this Tuesday night, and then they are home for their final game of the season, which again is a home game this coming Friday, February the 27th, against Madison Grant. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the sectional draw is Sunday, so we'll be looking at that as the Broncos go north for sectional 55 play. That's going to just about do it here from Daleville High School. We'll see you next time. Good evening, everyone.